This is Brian Kiprotich, Technology Education Student, TED stroke 1687 stroke 20. This is a recap of our Mombasa educational trip that we went from 29th May to 3rd June. We began our journey on Sunday at around 3 a.m. in the morning, and we were able to it was a very long journey, but we were able to reach Mombasa safely at around 9. It was 9 p.m. the following day. So not the following day, on Sunday night. So we went to Mtwapa, where we were able to book our hostels, and we were to sleep there, and we were expected to, on the next day, which was on Monday, to go to our first industrial visit to AVA. So we woke up early, say at around 7 a.m., took our breakfast, and then we went to our AVA, to our first industrial trip, which was Associated Vehicle Assemblers. We were warmly welcomed, and we were given a brief introduction of AVA, which was started way back in 1975, and it has assembled at almost around 30,000 units. So we were given a small brief of the processes, where the stages they use so that they can produce the final product. In the first stage is where they assemble the kits, where they bring the kits and they assemble them. So the first stage is where they put the car locks, windows, the locks, the doors, the bonnet. So we were shown the second stage, where the chassis line, where they fix the body of the car, the axle, the tires. From the chassis line, we moved to the engine station, where they fix the engine to the car, the gearbox to the engine, and then we went to the from the engine station we moved to the fluid station. In the fluid station, they put the engine oil to the engine, the steering oil to the steering, and then and other fluids needed, and the brake fluid. Yes. So at that stage, the car is already complete. We then move to the quality control station, where they check if there are any errors in the car, for example the debris, the dents, and then they correct them. In that quality control station also, there is they check the wheel alignment. They have systems there where they check the wheel alignment, and also the braking system, if it is correct. And if the car is completely checked, it is then ready to be moved to the client. That is a brief tour of the plant where in AVA we went, and then we also shown some of the safety rules there, where there were parts where the pedestrians walk so that they cannot interfere with the machines. So yeah, that is a brief history of this is a brief video of what happened in AVA. And on the next day, we were supposed to move to Kenya Ferry Services, which was on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we went to the Kenya Ferry Services. First, we boarded the ferry, and the ferry connects the people from Mombasa to Likoni, where people travel back and forth. So we went to the Kenya Ferry plant itself, and we were taken to the workshop, where we were able to see the various parts of the ferries and the ships. So we were shown the engine. The engine runs the machine, the ferry, and then we were also shown the clutch, which transmit power which shifts the gears, and then we were also shown the propellers, which propel underwater and moves the ship. And also there is a compressor The compressor maintains the overall function of the ship or ferry. Also, in the Kenya Ferry, they have the ICT programs which they have implemented, where they have the computers that or the sensors that detect whether there is an enemy attack from afar, and then they can tackle it. And then also they have the computers also monitor the performance of the engines and the generators to avoid breakdown and accidents. So that was all about the Kenya Ferry. And on the third day, which was on 1st June, it was a public holiday, so it was a resting day for us. On the fourth day, we went to Kengen and the Brolo Industries, but the first one was Kengen. So Kengen, Kengen is a Kenya Electricity Generating Company, which generates electricity and power. And there we were also able to see the fuel tanks where they store fuel. They have the DFO, which is diesel fuel oil, and also the heavy fuel oil. The heavy fuel oil is termed that way because it is heavy, and heavy fuel oil has impurities, so it has to be treated. They also have the centrifuges, which uses the centrifuge principles. They also have the controllers, the shafts, and the motors and the discs. And the motors are used to run the discs. Water is also used to operate, but the water has impurities, so it has to be cleaned. Sulfuric acid is used to clean the water, and also special hydrocarbons are used to treat the water, where they react with the free ions and they collect the salt from the water. The water is from the sludge centrifuge, where the sludge centrifuge has separated the water and oil. So after the water is treated, it is then taken to the chemical storage area. So while we were at Kengen, we were also taken to the workshop where they have the machines that operate the whole plant. So there we have the engines. We also have the alternators, the isolators, the power evacuations, and the bus. So in Kengen, there is also the control room where there are technicians and managers that operate the daily operations of the plant. The control room was the final area we went, and we were shown there were various computers that they use in their operation to deal with the operations daily in the plant. On that same day, we went also to Brolo Industries. Brolo Industries is a steel manufacturing industry. So in Brolo, we had the machines that work different. They have different functions. So we had the lathe machine that removes unwanted parts of in a workpiece. It works by rotating the workpiece and then removing the unwanted parts. We also have the CTL machines, which cuts a metal on the workpiece to a precise length. We also have the square hollow sections, which works with metals that are square in shape and are hollow. We also have the circular hollow section, which are work metals and workpiece that are circular in shape and hollow in shape. We also have the big slippers and the small slippers. We have the slotting machine. We also have the taping machine. We also have the grinding machine. We also have the milling machine, pinch roller, and checkered plate machine. So it was a big plant, but we had a very short visit. So on the 5th day, we went to Mombasa Cement Limited. So there we were shown the various processes that that is used to make cement. So first are the raw materials for making cement. There are 4 raw materials. So one, we have limestone, which contains calcium carbonate. Then we have shell, which shell contains aluminum 3 oxide. Then we have bauxite, which contains aluminum 3 oxide. Then we have the iron ore, which contains iron 2 oxide. So first, the process stage 1, there is crushing. The raw materials are then crushed and grinded. Then there is a transport system where we saw the conveyor belts that transport the crushed limestone, the raw materials, to the next stage. Then the conveyor belts connect where the raw materials are crushed to the hoppers. We have the iron ore hopper, the shell hopper, and the limestone hopper. From the hoppers, then there is clinkerization. Clinkerization is the reaction between the oxides. High energy is required in this process. Then you have the cement grinding and storage. From the cement grinding and storage, we then go to the packing of the cement. Then they are then put to the various trucks. That was a brief video of the visit of the plant tour we went, and that was our last plant. So then on the next day was supposed to be the day that we were coming back to Eldoret, and yeah, that was all. Thank you.